Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Today I have a very exciting video for you guys. Inside this box is none other than the Xbox One X, the most powerful console ever made. The guys over at Xbox very kindly sent me one early so I can check it out, unbox it, share it with you guys, test it out, and I'll of course be doing some videos on some of the Xbox One X enhanced games over the coming days, so do stay tuned for that. But today, we're going to take a look inside this very awesome package. So if you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know if you guys are looking forward to this console. I'm also in a slightly different space today. Some of you guys may realise I'm actually in YouTube Space London. Figured I'd do something a little bit different, so hopefully you enjoy the unboxing. Also, just before we get into the rest of the video, I am doing a giveaway for an Xbox One X. Not this one's my one, but I will be giving you guys a chance to win an Xbox One X, no matter where you are in the world. As always, if you guys want to enter, there is a link in the description box down below to a Gleam competition. Click that, follow the instructions, all the information is over there. Make sure you enter it. I'll run the giveaway for the next 2 weeks. And then once the winner is announced, I will contact you via email and Twitter and arrange delivery to you. But let's get things started. So firstly, opening up this rather massive box. It's actually kind of got a load of cool things in here. So before we even dive into the console itself, we have this top layer here with this really cool design. This is a design we've seen quite a lot going through. I think it's supposed to sort of represent the chip inside the console. But first things first, we have this rather nice looking book. We actually take a look inside. It talks a bit about the power, the compatibility, some of the different features, the games, the way they kind of play better on the console, but it's just displayed in a really nice looking book. So for the collectors out there, then this is a nice little bit of history to go alongside the console. But if we take this out for 1 second, that is the top layer. We are then presented with the next layer. Now this is of course a rather interesting thing. Bear in mind, this being the Xbox One X, it is their 4K capable console, so to show that off, they've actually given us the Planet Earth 2 Blu-ray in 4K, gives us a chance to test that out. I actually haven't seen some of the stuff on here. I've seen some of the stuff from Planet Earth 1, but I do need to catch up, so that's actually really nice. I'll be sure to check that out very soon. There's also a little piece of information here on Planet Earth explaining basically what it is. For those of you guys that don't know, then definitely check it out. It is really interesting. Then if we move over to this side, we then have some codes for some different services. I'm gonna try and cover up the bottom of these because of course they do have codes on, but we have Xbox Live, we have the Game Pass, we also have Mixer, Netflix, a few other things like that. Basically some of the services that you can use on the platform. But then on this side, we also have a selection of games to get started. Scrolling through here, we have codes for things like Assassin's Creed Origins, Call of Duty World War II, Destiny 2, things like Halo, Gears of War, FIFA, Minecraft, the Recall Definitive Edition. There are honestly so many games here. A lot of them I already have, so as mentioned, I will be doing some code giveaways for those of you guys that say want to win some of these, because obviously don't need 2 copies of a lot of these games. But this is basically a chance to, bear in mind some of the games on Xbox One X are enhanced, so you have a chance to play them in 4K. There'll be some games that will say, games that have been out for a while will be upscale 4K. Other games moving further forward into the future will of course be built with the Xbox One in mind, so you'll be able to take full advantage of that. But either way, there will be some enhancements for some of these games. Assassin's Creed is one that I'm definitely keen to check out because I've been playing that recently and it's an incredible game. I'm really having a lot of fun with that, so definitely expect some videos for some of these games on the channel very soon to show you guys the differences between Xbox One X and Xbox One. Putting this down to one side then, we then take off this next layer and we are then presented with the actual Xbox One X itself. So let's firstly get this out of the way, get this cardboard box up here, and we can then start diving into, let's be honest, the main event. This is a very nice looking console. It of course shares a very similar design to the Xbox One S. It is slightly different. And of course it has the grey or black color scheme versus the Xbox One S's white color scheme, but it is of course form factor wise rather similar. On the back we of course have your usual blurb, talk a little bit about some of the stuff that the Xbox One X offers, but we can talk more about that once we actually get inside the box. This is the point where I realised that not being at home, I actually have a knife to open this box. So, diving in a little bit deeper, on the top, the very first thing we have is a cardboard sleeve with a few extra things in here. So we have information about Xbox Live, we have some information about some of the games, and just in general how to set up the console. But I kind of know what I'm doing, so we can put that to one side. We then dive into here to begin with and take out this side box. The very first thing we're going to have, if we open up this, is of course all of our relevant cables. We have an HDMI cable. This is also one of those high-speed HDMI cables, so kind of handy. Of course, on top of that, we have the Xbox One controller. I have quite a few of these recently. In fact, I've got a couple over from the Design Lab stuff, so that's pretty cool. This is a pretty box standard controller. You don't have the textured grips on the back or anything, so this is just your, standard out of the box Xbox One X controller, but it is still, of course, a nice, comfortable controller that, of course, comes with a matching color to go alongside the console. And then, of course, not forgetting that on top of that, you also have your power cable that you can use to connect to the console, so you can actually power on the thing. So, power cable, HDMI cable, and controller. But now, let's turn our attention to the main event. This is the console itself. I actually had a chance to hold this when I was at Gamescom. The one at Gamescom was, of course, a shell. There was nothing inside it, so it was considerably lighter. This is actually quite weighty. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff in here. This is definitely heavier than the Xbox One S. That much is for sure. But if we take this off, it does look very, very nice and sleek. Rather interestingly, this one doesn't seem to come with the stand that allows you to actually stand it vertically. You can still just stand it like this. I mean, it's a pretty weighty console. It's not really going to go anywhere, but there is a stand that you can use to clip into the bottom, and it basically just gives you a little bit more security. It's a slightly wider base, so for those of you guys worried about it falling over, then I'd probably recommend getting one of those, but I will definitely say that if you've got a nice surface and it's standing somewhere secure, then it's not going to fall over. Either way, of course, on the back you have your typical ports. We have from left to right, or right to left, depending on which way you're watching, the power port, HDMI ports both in and out, depending on whether you want to connect it to a TV box. We have two USB ports. We also have the IR out port, the port for any headsets you want to plug into, and of course your Ethernet port on top. And then on the front of the console, you have an additional USB port down here, slightly different placement to the Xbox One S. You have your pairing button there, and of course over here you also have your power button and your disc tray. One thing I will do, definitely I'm part of Team No Sticker, so that needs to go off right away. Apologies, correction, that is not your power button. Your power button is of course here, your Nexus button, as it always has been. So my mistake on that front. But yeah, this is definitely a really nice looking console. As mentioned, a lot of weight to it, sleek black design, definitely matches the controller. This is of course going to be one of the best ways to play your Xbox games. It does allow and does support true 4K. So again, as mentioned, when you start looking slightly further into the future, you start thinking about games that are built with this in mind. All games that do come out will be built for all the platforms. So whether you have the original Xbox, whether you have Xbox One S or Xbox One X, then you'll of course be able to take advantage of it either way. But if you do have this, then you will of course be able to lean into 4K. It's also worth calling out that even if you don't have a 4K TV, you have like a 1080p monitor. I mean, I typically play on 1080p monitors for the majority of the time, and you can still take advantage of that because there's a lot of kind of super sampling that goes in. So ultimately, you'll still end up getting a better quality 1080p picture. So definitely worth checking out. But either way, that is pretty much it. So a massive shout out to the guys over at Xbox for very kindly sending this my way early. As mentioned, there will be some more Xbox One X videos coming very soon to show you guys how some of the games look side by side. We're going to dive into games like Halo 5, Assassin's Creed Origins. Also, if there are games that you guys want to see running an Xbox One X, let me know in the comments down below. But for the time being, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Peace out.